are going to be working on the 2007 Saturn Ion. Has a 2.2 engine. We are going to be replacing the brakes and the brakes rotors. This is a 14 millimeter. You got two bolts on the caliper. You have the upper one and the lower. They are located right here. There's the first one and the second one is right here on the bottom of the caliper. You're gonna have to loosen them. They are broken loose. As for the second one, I can see the bolts are broken loose. I don't want to take them off yet. Pretty much, you have to get a long flat screwdriver. You could do it with a short one. Stuff it in between the caliper. See, I'm doing right here. It will make it easier to take off the caliper. You just push it against one side, then the other side. See, I'm pushing it one side. See, pretty much already broken loose. And then the caliper will come out easier like that. There's the lower bolt. You don't want to mix them. What? Try not to. It's a good habit to put your caliper somewhere. It's not gonna, pretty much you don't want to leave it hanging. Pretty much stuff it anywhere, make sure it doesn't drop. See, it's a good position in there. Now, pretty much get your fingers, pry it out slowly. You got one. It's time to become stubborn. In that case, you grab a screwdriver. Since I'm replacing rotors, doesn't hurt. You got two. And the next step, we're gonna take out the caliper brace. As you guys can see, we have two bolts. They are 15 millimeters. They are located behind the brace. You got an upper and lower. You got this bottom one right here. And you put the socket, if you guys see it, that's one of them. And you got another one on top of it, and that's two. Please do not mix the bolts. It'll be easier for later install. Here goes the upper one. There goes the lower one. It's pretty much the brace, so you guys can look at it, so you guys can see. Simple, but effective. I'm taking these off. I put them back in there because I don't like mixing the lug nuts. Very simple. You grab your two hands, you wiggle it out. It's that simple. Now we are going to compare them to the new part. As you guys can see, this is the new part. Looks way better, looks cleaner. But before you install anything, I recommend you to grab any type of brake cleaner. But since times are tough, I got starting fluid. They coat these with oil, so you want to spray it before you put it on. Check it real well. See, I got my fingers on there. Don't worry, grab a little bit more. Spray it down. And it's that simple, you guys. As you guys can see, this part just want to push back up. You guys can see the bottom one. Once I push it in, push back. You need that little type of movement. Once you guys start braking, that thing's not going to pull back. The easiest way to fix this is grab some of the boots. But I know times are tough. You pretty much get some brake cleaner or starting fluid, since I have here. Spray it a little bit. Let it dry. Then you grab some lithium grease, or the white grease, but today time, grease is grease. Grab a little bit, you dab it in here, and it should fix it. Should fix it. Go. Pretty much work the grease in there. A little bit more. Be generous on this part. It's gonna save you a lot of headaches in the future. You want to see that movement. Work it in there. Okay, let me put a little bit more here. You guys can see I have a whole jar. Bought it 4 years ago. Still have it. Be easily as one push. Simple as that, you guys. See, got a little piece of the rubber boot. Pretty much gotta stuff it in there. Using my fingernails and my fingers to push it in there. Should look flat. That's the farthest that it wants to go. Now we push it. Let's push it back slowly. What that?
The camera won't focus.
Sorry, the camera won't focus. Try to do the best I can here, you guys. Now, before you put this part in there, you want to clean it with brake cleaner. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but my fingers were all over these parts, and I don't want no grease in there. Grab a napkin of some sort. Slightly clean it. As you guys can see, I'm comparing the new parts to the old parts. Make sure they look identical. As you guys can see, I put the lug nuts on the brake rotor. I don't want it to move a lot once I put on this brace. I'm getting finger tight. Got both of them in there already. Then you get your 15 socket. As you guys finish fingering these, get your socket in there. Gonna be towards the down direction, and just tighten them about good enough. A little bit better than good enough. I'll put the torque spec at the bottom of the screen. I don't have them right now. Just one.
Do you know the torque spec to it?
There it goes, that's two. Before you guys put any brakes on, clean the little metal plates. This brake did not came with it. You can spin the rotor, make sure you're not hitting them. And after you guys finish cleaning them, grab a little bit of grease. Put them right here, good dab. Do both sides. . work it in there. And when you're done, these have a guide. The little plate have guides in here. You're gonna you guys see these grooves. This one has a groove. You're gonna pretty much put it in there. You have to slide in with ease, just like that. Before you put the caliper on, we are gonna push the piston back. But before you do that, you want to clean it. Grab the caliper, brake cleaner, spray it, then let it dry. As you can see, the piston is right here. I didn't have the tool to push it back in, but we have a C-clamp. That is possible, but it's just a little bit more challenging. Put the C-clamp somewhere in the back. Make sure it's solid. Start tightening it. Make sure you are putting it in the center of the piston. You guys see, you have it in the center. And just start tightening slowly. I would like to say, take your time. Don't rush it. Once you're done pushing the piston back of the caliper, you grab the caliper. Take your time. I'm gonna do this right. Yeah, don't do that. See? I know you guys could see that there's like guides on this piece, and there's a guide right there. I'm gonna put it in there. But the first one at top first. Just get it finger tight for the meanwhile. Then I'm gonna roll it back down. And get the other piece in there. I switched out tools. This one will throw me a lot of leverage. That's what I want. If I were to use this 1/4-inch ratchet, I'll probably break the bolt. Well, this is where important when torque comes to play. Make this tight, good tight, just like that. And that's it. We are doing the driver's side, but they're identical as the passenger, so I'm not going to be recording the passenger. The next step will be to bleed out the brakes. Pretty much has the bleeder right here. It's a size 10 millimeter, and take your time. You don't want to break these off.
There you go.
Okay, recording?
Yeah.
Like, see, we're on the driver's side. To turn it clockwise is to tighten it, and to loosen it is counterclockwise. Pretty much to loosen it, you're gonna turn it to the left side, but this is the driver's side only. Loosen, tighten, loosen, tighten, loosen, tighten. We are finished replacing the brakes and the brake fluid. As you guys can see, the brake fluid is clear, is new. The can itself cost me less than $5. Take your time, you guys. I don't want you guys breaking bolts. If you guys break the bleeder fluid, good luck. That's like the worst nightmare anybody pretty much could do. If you like the video, give it a like. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and thank you for watching.